Welcome to Retro Smash Gaming Podcast, your bi-weekly gaming podcast.
I wasn't ready for that.
Me neither.
I had like a big breath in getting ready to do the intro, but nicely done. Keep going.
Well, I'm going to have to start over.
Well, then start over.
Welcome to Retro Smash, your bi-weekly retro gaming podcast. I am Eric. Joining me today is Nicholas. I'm sorry, the man, the myth, the legend. Nicholas, how we doing?
I'm doing well.
I don't know where to go from here. Never been here before.
See, you're like, I don't know what to do with my hands. No, it's the man, the myth, the legend. Then you give me some kind of accolade, like the man who doesn't believe in quote wiping properly, or something like that. That or the man who needs nothing but a good time, and it don't get better than this. There we go. That's better.
That's pretty good. Let's pretend I said that.
Right. So what are we doing today?
We are talking Twisted Metal 2.
Yay.
But before that, you have a game for me.
I do have a game for you. And for the first time, I think in a while, the game matches up with our theme for the week.
Well, see, when I make a game for you, I do that.
Oh, see, I don't do that.
I think the last one I did was the Wii episode.
Yes, you did do that.
Houston, we have a problem.
See, and you're so smart. But I don't do that because I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But this time I am.
Before we get there, what have you been up to?
I have been speedrunning games on Twitch. I've been speedrunning Super Mario World. I got a new time, 12 minutes, 18 seconds, I think, any percent. And then I had a best time of the Switch Palace run, which was heartbreaking because I wanted to get it in under 30 minutes, but it was 30 minutes and 2 seconds. That was my best time. I was also speedrunning Limbo for a little bit, and I beat that in under an hour. And then Super Metroid, I had an in-game time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, which wasn't my best time ever, but I'm going to start fading away from some of those and hopefully entering in the Super 16 Super Nintendo speedrun race coming up, which I'm super excited for. Be my first one.
Can I offer up a suggestion for something for you to speedrun?
I'm listening.
Either Ori or Hollow Knight. One of those games.
Hollow Knight or Shovel Knight?
Hollow Knight.
Okay, because Shovel Knight crossed my mind, but Hollow Knight hasn't. I don't think I've ever played that.
Do you have it?
No, I don't, but I can.
It's on Game Pass, I think.
Do you love your Game Pass?
Okay, I just got it. I'm excited. Let me be.
You love your Game Pass,
and so is Ori.
Is it like is it like a platformer, or
yeah?
Is it like a Celeste kind of game?
Not as hard.
Oh, not as hard.
Not as precise a platforming, and not as consistently hard. Like hard all the time.
That's what she said.
Oh God, I was gonna say insert joke here.
Oh, but you don't have to. That's also what she said. But okay, you have my attention. I'm looking for games you can speedrun in like an hour or less. Like, I don't want to be like the best in the world at one game, but I want to be able to say like, hey, I'm like top, 100 or 200 in the world at like 10 or 12 different games. I think it'd be kind of cool. So I'm not stuck playing one specific one.
The world record for Hollow Knight is 32 minutes, 16 seconds.
Ooh.
So if you want to be in the top 200, you would have to be a time of 41 minutes and 42 seconds.
I was going to say, that's probably a highly speedrun game. Because I know my 12 minutes, 18 seconds in Super Mario World, I think just puts me just in the 600s.
Yeah, if you want to get the top 500 for Hollow Knight, 1 hour, 6 minutes.
That's not bad. See, and that's what I do. I'll look at the list. I'm like, 30 minutes. Oh, that's crazy. 40 minutes. Wow, that's really hard. 1 hour. That's doable. That's kind of what I do. And then I'll play the game for like a week. I'll play it over and over and over until I get that time. It's kind of like what I did with Celeste. I was like, yeah, I could beat this game in under 2 hours. And I did. And I was super pumped about it. I don't know. It's kind of one of those, just set the goal, set it out there, and just, kind of like a fishing rod. Just throw it out there and see what sticks. See what you can catch. See what you can do.
What intrigues you about speedrunning?
It's just, like every time I beat a game, I'm like, oh, that game was fun. Like a game like that, like Super Mario World or a game like Celeste, where it's platforming, but it's super demanding and it's not like an RPG or anything like that. You sit there and you're like, wow, that was an incredible game. When you beat it the first time, you're like, that was an incredible game. That was so awesome. And then you see your time and you're like, I can beat this in less than 5 hours. I can beat this in less than 3 hours. My first time I ever beat Super Metroid, I think I beat it in probably 6 to 7 hours. Now I can beat it in an hour and 6 minutes.
There are so many games to play. It just blows my mind that somebody wants to keep playing the same game over and over again.
Right, but I mean, I don't. That's why I'm not playing just one. Because I feel like being well versed and very technical at a bunch of different games, I think is fun. I guess just having that collection, because I just kind of want that collection on speedrun.com under my profile. And speedrunning kind of helps me stand out because I have a whole bunch of friends on Twitch that are much, much better at being casual gamers than I am. Like, oh, we're going to just play through this game for fun and we're going to talk with the chat and this and that. They are so much better at that than I am. Whereas now, if I'm speedrunning, I can converse with chat very little and, show off technical skills and hopefully, people will watch.
You don't have this need to want to play new games, though?
I do. What do you mean by new games? Like, I know I'm going to be buying the new Pokemon when it comes out, and I'll be buying the new Switch Sports, like the Wii Sports for the Switch or whatever when it comes out. I'll be buying that, but other than that, like, I was not really... I think the only brand new game I recently got was Breath of the Wild. Like, that's like the newest game.
Sure, I don't mean necessarily brand new games, but we all have holes in our collection of games that we've played.
Right.
You've missed, some great Super Nintendo games, some great Genesis games, some great PS1 games. You don't have interest in going back and finding those new to you games and playing those? Because that's what intrigues me. I like discovering the new things.
I do, but in the same breath, it's like when I'm streaming is the only time I can sit and play video games. That's it. With 2 kids under the age of 3, that's the only time I can sit and play video games. So I don't know. Like, and I'm also playing games from my childhood that I played all the time. Like, I know coming soon, I'd like to start speedrunning Mega Man X, and I'm going to be speedrunning Super Metroid more until I get under a certain time. And I'd like to speedrun Adventures in the Magic Kingdom soon. But like
the Mickey Mouse one?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? I'm trying to think. Is that the one I played? What's the other one? Did that come out on Super Nintendo?
That was the original NES. That was 1990, okay. The original NES. That was that game was, according to some people, dog water.
What's the one that came out on the Super Nintendo?
Mickey's Magical Quest or something like that.
Yep. Where you got those beans that spin.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're beans. Maybe they're not beans.
Right.
Like radish looking things.
Yeah.
And the top spins and yeah.
It also doesn't help that like I'm more drawn to platformers anyway.
Sure.
I feel like platforming, I'm not good at RPGs. I'm not good at RPGs and I'm not good at fighting games. I can hold my own barely at sports games and open world. But with open world games, I get like, I have to keep playing it or I forget where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Breath of the Wild. Like, if you set Breath of the Wild down for 2 weeks, I'm going to come back and be like, what the hell is this?
Story-wise or gameplay-wise?
Both. I mean, it's both.
But surely you could pick up on the gameplay pretty quickly.
Oh, I can, and don't call me Shirley.
But the game or the story?
Yeah.
You get lost in the story and it kind of takes you out of it?
Yeah, a little bit. Now Fallout's a little different. Because Fallout, I've played the Fallout games all the way through before, and most of the time when I'm playing a Fallout game, I'm just dicking around anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I've admitted before, I never played the main storyline.
Right, you just like playing in that world.
Yeah. Kind of doing whatever I want. And that's my kind of sandbox game. It'd be like GTA 5. But, like, if I'm going to sit and try to play a game to beat it, then might as well speedrun it. Like, especially if it's a platformer.
That's fair. And that's one of the best genres to do it in.
Yeah, and it's not a whole lot of like RNG, and I'm not doing, when I speedrun, I don't do a whole lot of like, oh, we're gonna clip out of bounds here or stuff like that. I'm not good enough for that. I just want to go fast. I'm not flashy by any means. I don't know. I just kind of do it as a test to myself to see if I can.
Gun to head, I made you choose one game that you had to get within, let's say, the top 10 quickest times, two-parter, what game would you feel most confident in being able to do that? And number two, what game would you most enjoy doing it? Maybe it's the same game.
No, the one game that I think I could get top 10 in would probably be Limbo, which is weird, but it's, it's a very slow-paced puzzle game. Okay, so Limbo is
on Game Pass.
God, dude, you and your Game Pass. I like to talk about Limbo. It was like an episode of SpongeBob where Mrs. Puff, the driving school instructor, was out for the week or out permanently or something happened to her. And they brought like a drill instructor in. And the drill instructor told SpongeBob that SpongeBob needed, in order to pass, you need to be able to drive this course blindfolded. So SpongeBob
I think I remember this episode.
Yeah, so every small turn, every rock in the road, every leaf in the road, every, turn, stop, bob, weave, SpongeBob had it memorized. That's kind of what Limbo is. It's a very linear game. You literally go from point A to point B all in one fell swoop.
So what makes you so confident you could get in the top 10?
I mean, like, if you get any kind of a deathless run, you're pretty well close.
Is that hard?
Yes. I mean, I've got to the point where I've only died on that game probably less than 10 times, but I'm still at the 55-minute mark. But I've also...
What would get you into the top 10?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Well, and not to mention, not a whole lot of people play that game anyway, like speedrun it. But I'm not confident I could be top 10 in any game. But, I do it for fun, just as a test to myself and to be like, yeah, you know what? I can freaking do this.
41 minutes.
See, and that's still, my best time is still 16 minutes off of what would be the best time there. But, I'm always like, oh, I can go and pinpoint, oh, this went wrong here and it burned a minute. This went wrong here. This burned a minute. I could do this better and not hesitate here and wait. And
you didn't submit your time for this?
I have not, no.
Okay, because I don't see your name. Okay, so what?
Or at least not at the time where we are recording this. Now I'm working on it because there's a few runs that I'd like to submit to speedrun.com. And it's like I said, I just want to do it as a test to myself, just to see if I can do it. And speedrunning, I hope, sets me apart.
So what game would you most enjoy getting the top 10?
I've been working on a Zombies Ate My Neighbors any percent run.
Mm-hmm.
That has some technical problems because I've gotten to probably about level 27 before in about 30 or so minutes. I can't keep one neighbor alive. So it's just one of those little technical things where I've tried to run that game as fast as I can. And it's fun. It's just like remembering where everybody is. There's some RNG with it because you can pick up if you pick up a skeleton key early, you can get through level 8 and not even have to fight the baby. So that'll probably save you about 30 seconds.
Do you have a time on this? Not on speedrun.com. But...
No, I've never completed a run, but you asked me what the process would be. And I feel like that'd be a fun process to try to get a respectable time on that game.
Do you think you would feel fulfilled?
No, if I did that.
The fulfillment you would get from getting into the top 10 for that, you think that'd be one of the greatest fulfillments you could feel when it comes to
game? Yeah, sure. Well, because I feel like it'd always be, how much of an absolute crazy flex it would be to own a world record in your favorite game.
So to
get just to own a world record, but even just to be close in the top 10 would be just awesome.
35 minutes, 27 seconds.
See, and that's a bananas number.
Yeah. There's only 19 submitted runs on speedrun.com.
And I feel like I could do it. I probably have a better chance of doing that than doing the 100%.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous hard. All right, let's jump into the game.
Oh,
we've talked long enough.
But I like talking to you. You don't like talking to me?
That's why we do this.
You don't like talking to me? You don't like talking to little old me? Well, then fine. How about I give you a game that you're going to lose? What do you think about that? That's what you get.
No, I won't.
That's what you get. Is it
guaranteed 5 out of 7?
Is it this or is it that? You're not going to get 5 out of 7. Okay. Are you ready?
Nope.
So I told you it was themed, right?
Yep.
What we got going this week? The category for today is If Only Calypso Remembered Chicago, which is a play on of the other cities that Calypso destroyed in Twisted Metal 2. So I'm going to give you 7 names. You have to tell me if the names I'm giving you are either a car or other vehicle, playable character in a Twisted Metal game, in any game of the franchise, or a musical act that is set to appear at Lollapalooza 2022 in Chicago from July 28th to July 31st. Tickets on sale now. All right, you ready?
Nope.
All right. Number 1, Orbital.
Twisted Metal.
It is, yes, Twisted Metal 4, a McLaren sports car. He had one wish: to not be the only person in the world with half a face. Number 2, Side Piece.
A band.
It is. It's a Lollapalooza band. They're an EDM duo. And can I just say, I was actually researching this last night, and it was like 11 p.m., and I had my headphones on. I was watching basketball and listening to stuff on YouTube. I listened to Side Piece. That is like as electronic as it gets. That's like the type music. Like they dropped
Party Boy?
Yeah, it's party boy music. It's bananas. Like, it's really good though. So it's not enough to make me want to go to Lollapalooza 2022. Number 3, Meter Maid.
Twisted Metal.
Yes, at Twist Metal 4, it's a meter cart. I don't remember what her wish was, but I don't really care because I've never played as Meter Maid. I've played through all the Twisted Metal games. I've never played as her. Number 4, Beach Bunny.
Twisted Metal.
No.
God damn it. I was going to say band.
Lollapalooza band. They're a rock band from Chicago. So they have home field advantage. 3 for 4. Number 5, Royal Blood.
Band.
It is a band, so you steal the win with that one. Yes, they're an English rock duo. Listen to some of them last night too. Not as good as listen to Side Piece, because I'm like, if I'm gonna put these bands on here, I'm gonna at least give them a listen and see what's up. Side Piece was definitely the one that took the cake for me.
How many more bands are there?
That's for you to decide. Number 6, you can try that you try that every single week. You know that every single week.
I do.
Oh no, you ain't catching me slipping.
I might one time.
You ain't catching me slipping. Number 6, Club Kid.
Band.
It is a Twisted Metal character. Twisted Metal 3, an Aston Mini. So the popular song is We Don't Talk About Bruno. In the Twisted Metal series, we don't talk about Twisted Metal 3.
Is that the bad one?
That doesn't even start.
Is it worse than Twisted Metal 2? Because that one's pretty bad.
Ooh.
Am I kidding?
Shots fired.
I don't know.
Shots fired.
We'll see.
No, you were telling me beforehand, so that should keep people listening, right? Wink, wink. Number 7, Talon.
Oh, god damn it. So much pressure.
You already got the win. Oh, you gotta get 5 out of 7. That's right.
Oh, okay. Two. Band.
It is a Twisted Metal character.
I was gonna fucking say that.
Right. Well, you were.
God damn it.
But you didn't. From the new 2012 Twisted Metal, it is a helicopter.
God damn it.
So, but you still got the win.
Yeah, that's
But
nothing.
you just didn't get the super win. So, we'll play the music, Johnny, but don't play it too loud.
So today we are talking Twisted Metal 2.
Yes.
It was developed by Single Track, who also developed the first Twisted Metal and the first 2 Jet Motos, and not much after that.
Where were you what did you dress up as in Halloween of 1996, by the way?
I don't remember. Do we have to, my memory is not good like that. You ask me these questions, I'm like, I don't fucking know. Everybody probably thinks I'm stupid, but am I? I don't know.
And thanks for listening to the Retro Smash Gaming Podcast, everyone. We certainly appreciate your time.
Maybe I was an army man. That was one of the things I dressed up as when I was a kid.
I think I was a firefighter that year.
Casper?
You were Casper one year?
Maybe. I think so. Huh. What were you? Because this game came out on Halloween of 96?
Yes. Yep. So that's why I'm asking, what were you dressed up as in your 1st or 2nd grade year on Halloween? I think I was a firefighter because it was one of the very last years that I wasn't wearing glasses before my eyes went to crap.
Because firefighters can't wear glasses?
No, it's just in all my pictures, I wasn't wearing glasses.
Oh, that's how you remember it.
That's how I remember it.
Gotcha.
Yes, because in 3rd grade,
Smart man.
well, in 3rd grade, I remember we were trying to watch like a Indiana history movie or something. And I remember telling my teacher, who my third grade teacher was the devil, by the way.
It's not where I thought you were going with that.
Now I remember telling her, I can't see the screen. Well, you need glasses. And I did need glasses, and I've worn them ever since. So anyway.
So this was obviously the second game in the series.
Yes.
A pretty long series. 7 games? 8 games?
Yeah, I would say.
I mean, you got 4 black, small brawl.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were a couple more, like Head On.
Yeah, the new one. Head On was like Head On was very mysterious because Head On was a game in itself, but it also had the 4 already developed levels from Twisted Metal Black 2, Harbor City. And this is where it gets weird because they say that like 6 of the developers, I don't know, have you heard this story?
No.
So apparently 6 of the developers that were on the Twisted Metal 2 Harbor City team were like killed in a helicopter crash.
Oh.
But it's come to light that maybe there was some shenanigans going on.
What kind of shenanigans?
Like they didn't want to develop the game anymore.
So they killed themselves?
Well, no. They apparently didn't die, and like somebody pulled the plug on the game and they needed an out.
So they like the developer.
So apparently that was the story they came up with. I don't know. It was something weird like that.
So they tried offing them?
No, it was just they came up with that story. They came up with the story of the developers dying in a helicopter accident.
So what happened to them?
I don't know. That's what everybody's trying to figure out because it's like a big urban legend. Like, why did Twisted Metal Black 2, which Twisted Metal Black was a pinnacle when the PS2 first came out. That game was huge.
Return to Glory?
Yes. And because, well, Return to Glory from 96 because Twisted Metal 3 and 4, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Twisted Metal 3. 4 is garbage. 3 is hot garbage.
I think 4 is the one I played the most, if I remember right.
Okay.
I don't think I played 2 when I was younger, but it was 4.
Really?
And I remember liking 4.
I
More so than I remember liking 2, based off this last week of playing it.
Right, and I think I may have opened your eyes on something.
You
but
did.
Here, you go ahead.
Which is like a common theme. Why don't you give quick cliff notes of the story of the game?
So it takes place actually 1 year after the events of Twisted Metal 1, which took place in the London Underground. So Calypso, who is in his blimp in an effort to try to take over the world, has decided to expand his contest from just the streets of Los Angeles to around the world, which is why Twisted Metal 2 is also called Twisted Metal 2 World Tour. So you fight in 8 different cities around the globe with 14 new, some returning, some new characters, and pretty much the same premise as 1. The winner gets 1 wish, anything his or her heart's desire, and everybody's else's souls gets absolved.
Is Calypso a magic genie?
Is he a what?
A magic genie.
A magic genie?
Yeah. Like, how is he granting these wishes?
There's Twisted Metal canon that is much darker than that, than him being a genie.
Okay, so what is it?
They're saying there is canon saying that he could very well be Satan.
Oh.
And he keeps the souls of all those who have lost in the tournament or killed in like a globe or a picture in his office. Something along those lines. That was in Twisted Metal 2012. There's like a cutscene, and it's like a creepy cutscene.
No, I just pictured the genie from Aladdin.
No, Calypso is much more sinister than the genie from Aladdin.
Okay, so the genie from Aladdin, red with horns.
You're getting
still
close.
The same voice and mannerisms and all that, but
you're close. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you're close.
Do you see Calypso?
You do.
Into?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't beat it, so
you see him. Well, there's a introduction, like a story you can select, Because on the first screen, you go to your options. You can, choose your difficulty. You can choose your controller layout.
Don't.
You can choose your controller layout. You can choose the credits, and you can watch the story.
All right, let's just get into this. One of the problems I had with this game was the controls. They are not great. And part of the reason was I hated having to use the D-pad for the gas. And I was saying something to you before we started, like, hey, yo, that fucking sucks. I hate that, blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, you don't have to. Like, you could use X for gas. So I had to boot it up, and sure enough, I was wrong. Not that I thought I was right. Like, if you said it was true, then, I believe you.
Well, this is one of those things where I wouldn't tell you were wrong to be a dick, but I'm telling you, I want you to enjoy this game because I really like this game.
And my explanation was, when I was looking at all the layouts, I was just looking at the D-pad. I wasn't looking at the X because I'm just assuming there's one gas button.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the gas button is, you could always press up on the D-pad for gas. Yes. So when I was just looking at that, again, just thinking there was just one gas button, that never changed. So I'm like, that's the only option for gas. Come to find out, there is one of the layouts, you could hit X for gas. Mm-hmm. And I played a little bit, and it was better.
Okay.
But I was using Twister, and I still have a problem with the controls. Twister was just so loose. And I think it's finding the right car or vehicle for me.
Right.
So I tried using Axle, and it felt like I was trying to fucking drive a semi sideways.
Yes. And that's why I'm saying, if you were to go back and play it again, I would suggest playing as Thumper. Because he's a little faster than like Axle and Mr. Slam, because those would be your slowest characters. And then you also have, on the adverse side, you have your faster characters, which would be Spectre and Twister, Grasshopper. And then you got kind of your run-of-the-mill middle characters, which would be Outlaw and Thumper. And Outlaw's special weapon isn't really all that in a bag of chips. Thumper has one of the best special weapons in the game.
Which one is that? Is that the freeze block?
No, the Thumper...
Who's the freeze block? Mr. Slam?
Mr. Slam is just that, literally a slam. The freeze block would be, I think, more like Minion, kind of.
Okay.
Minions does have a freeze to it, but Thumper has like a flamethrower shooting straight out of the front of the vehicle. So as soon as you use freeze, you can literally like take at least a half if you hit a full hit.
Damn.
On anybody. And the speed is a little faster than the slowest, but I think for what you're making up for, I think Thumper would be the best character.
Do you want a fast vehicle, though? Because it seems like that would be harder to control. You want something a little more precise.
Yes, and you are correct when it comes to the controls being janky, because there are some of the levels where you can play more loose and fast like that, and there are others you cannot.
So Los Angeles, it's really open. You could probably play fast and loose in that.
Yes.
But something where there's going to be more close quarter fighting. You want a slower vehicle?
Well, because your closer quarter... Okay, so out of the 8 levels, I mean, the medium-sized ones would be like Los Angeles and Paris are probably the same size. And probably Hong Kong are all like your run-of-the-mill average size maps, right? They're bigger, but they're not like gigantic. Moscow and Holland are your smaller maps, and you're gonna need to either be able to run or be able to take a lot of damage at the same time.
But Holland is still pretty open, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wide open, but you're also playing. It's the smallest map in the game, and you're also playing against 8 enemies.
It's like a mosh pit.
It's like somebody said it was like throwing a whole bunch of elephants into a dryer.
That I could see why that'd be difficult, and it's already kind of a difficult game.
Yeah,
is it not?
It is. Yeah.
So when I was playing on medium. But then I turned it down when I just booted it up to easy. It was a lot easier. I might play on that.
You can't get past Amazonia.
On medium?
On easy. If you play easy, it only lets you play the first. It gatekeeps. Okay. This game gatekeeps you. So you have to play on medium. But the good thing is it has the password system. So which will help. And then so eventually you can get unlimited game overs. You're not like collecting any kind of like weapons to carry on from map to map or anything that you're going to inherently lose.
Right, because all the weapons are out on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's you're not essentially losing out on anything. But yeah, if you hit start, if you think you're gonna die, hit start, write down the 6-digit shape. Because I mean it's triangle, circle, square, X,
Those are shapes.
space.
Yep.
But it's like a combination of the 5.
And it's cross, not X.
Is it? I never knew that.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be X to me.
Yep, me too.
I mean,
But
if I
just
tell
so
you,
you know,
if I tell you to hit cross, if you tell me to hit cross, I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
you hit cross.
And I'm like, I can hit X, but the other levels, New York and Antarctica. Back to your point about having a super fast car, that and you're absolutely right. The control scheme for this is a little wonky because your faster cars you have like 0 control, even though it's like tight turns and tight handling and high speed. Those are 2 maps, Antarctica and New York, where you are actually playing up in the air and you can fall off the side and die.
Antarctica is the one where the ice falls.
Yes.
Okay.
And I always thought that was such an awesome idea to make like a level interactive.
Now, before we started recording, you said something about the graphics not looking great.
Yes, this was a product of its time. It pretty much has the golden eye effect. I mean, it still plays well for what it's worth, but yeah, it does not look as well as I remembered it looking. I mean, it still plays well, but yeah, it's very pixelated, and I mean, it's a lot better than 3 and 4, that's for sure, because those bit rates are garbage.
It definitely is a product of its time, but I still didn't think it looked bad. I played this game and I'm like, that looks pretty good, actually. I really didn't have a problem with it. I'm surprised you did.
I guess I was always, because when I played 2 pretty much my entire childhood, and then my uncles and aunts got me Twisted Metal Black, and all bets were off. That game's amazing, and it's very graphically sound, and it looks great, and it plays great. So I think maybe I'm a little jaded comparing it to like what I remember. Now I love playing the game. It just graphically doesn't look as well as I remember. And like I said, that could very well be a product of its time, but the camera scheme also sometimes has trouble when you're like doing a sharp turn left following you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little janky gameplay, but nonetheless it's playable.
You mentioned Black. Is that your favorite of the series?
Oh, I would say yeah, because Black was the game that I didn't beat Twisted Metal 2 with every character. I beat Twisted Metal Black with every character, and that was the only way to unlock Minion.
Now, how is the latest installment?
Haven't played it.
Came out in 2012.
2012.
That was the last time a Twisted Metal game came out.
I didn't have a PS3 or anything, and I heard that one was kind of weird because it like followed directly through the story mode, and you don't actually play. You play as like 4 different drivers, but you don't have to use their vehicle if you don't want to. You can use somebody else's. I don't know. It's just weird to me, but like I said, until I try it, like I never had a PS3, but
Now, I don't think there's any plans on making any new games, are there?
I don't think so.
But they have a show coming out.
And I'm hoping that kickstarts it, because isn't that supposed to have
Anthony Mackie?
yes.
Yep. It's supposed to come out in 2023 on Peacock.
Ooh.
I was
really?
I was pretty surprised when I read that. I had not heard of that before.
I thought it was gonna be on Amazon, but okay, on Peacock. Because I also heard that like Will Arnett was gonna be in it. My only suggestion, please, if you're gonna make another Twisted Metal game, please have David Jaffe make it. Where if you don't know who David Jaffe, he created that. You may recognize the name as one of the creators of God of War. He was a big name on that. Yeah, so pretty much anything huge and PlayStation related in the early 2000s, 2010s, he pretty much had a hand in.
Yeah, I saw his name on there and I thought it looked familiar.
He's been saying some controversial things about different games, and I won't really get into it or delve into it. But he's basically saying that like some games weren't, made correctly, and some games are made easier. Hold on, let me redo that. Someone's gonna see what. That's what it was. Okay. The reason you may be recognizing David Jaffe's name, at least recently, is because he basically came out and said he was not a fan of Metroid Dread's design.
Fuck him.
So, according to this article on DualShockers.com, it says Jaff took to YouTube to stream the game, but things didn't do too well as he ran into issues where he wasn't sure where to go next. He was frustrated. The viewers ended up telling him how to proceed, and they pretty much carried him through the game. The frustration obviously playing his mind. He later recorded a reaction video saying how the game had a shit design system and referred to the title as a sacred cow. He went a little further and said that, quote, "If this is acceptable to you, then you're a fucking moron."
He did not say that.
He did.
Okay. So I have 3 words for him then.
Oh boy.
Get good, bitch.
And I think that's what the general consensus is. But it's kind of weird when you say that. You know, you would say that to any other normal person, but this is a man who not only created Twisted Metal Monarchs, and by that I mean 1, 2, and Black. I'm going to dog on 989 Studios, by the way.
Okay, but just while we're shitting on him, he has not been relevant since 2007.
Was he not the director in the most recent God of War game?
No.
Or at least
just the first one is what I'm seeing. So he had Cliffhanger, Skyblazer, Mickey Mania, Twisted Metal 2, Twisted Metal Black, Connecticut, God of War 2, Calling All Cars, Twisted Metal, the new one, 2012, and Drawn to Death in 2017.
Oh, really?
So God of War 2 was his last good game.
Oh, so
maybe he doesn't fucking know game design.
Yeah. But I mean, he could.
It's a good game. Metroid Dread's a good game. If you don't like it, okay, cool. But fuck you, David Jaff, whatever your name is.
It's weird to say that because anybody that could come out and say, Dread is garbage, and you're like immediately, oh, fuck you, that's not. But this is the creator of God of War that is coming out and saying that, you know, one completely huge institution in video gaming is talking about another huge institution in video game having a garbage design just because he can't figure things out.
Just because he's a game designer doesn't mean his word is gospel. You know, he could be wrong about this. He is wrong about this.
And maybe
like Metroid Dread's a great game.
Is
it not?
It is.
But the way you say that's not very convincing.
I only played through it once, honestly. I had really no other.
Okay, so back to our further conversation. It's not a game you want to speedrun?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because, I mean, it would take a long time to learn because I got lost a lot. I mean, that map is huge. And to be honest, it did get overwhelming.
Yeah, but if I remember right, it kind of guided you in a way.
In a sense. I mean, if you had a memory of, oh, well, I wonder what this door does. I wonder how I can open it. I almost needed to write that stuff down to go back and try to find it. In any event, how he created these Twisted Metal games, he basically inserted his mind directly into Sweet Tooth's. That was his baby. Because I remember watching the Twisted Metal Lost. There is a behind the scenes of an interview with him. A couple funny things he says in there. One of them, he was talking about Sweet Tooth's character and psyche as a whole. Some of the things that they were going to do in Twisted Metal Black, one of the things they were going to do was they were going to show and this is an absolute trigger warning, the scene where the preacher was supposed to baptize the child. They were going to have a much more violent outcome to that. There were some people that were, he said, quote, some people asked me, are you crazy? Do you think this is right? Are you crazy? And I just looked at him and said, fuck you. That was the kind of designer he was. It really was. And he also looked at Twisted Metal 3 and 4, which was bought by 989 Studios. And he looked at those games and went, what the hell did you do?
Did he get inspiration from Death Race?
That is a good question. I really don't know. I mean, I know that he had originally said there was, when they were making the first Twisted Metal, him and Scott Campbell, I think was the other name. Because it was those two were the two main designers.
What was it? Death Race 2000 that came out in the
70s?
Yeah, I was thinking late 70s.
Late 70s, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Death Race with, what's his name? Jason Statham. That was your favorite movie for quite a while.
It was, yes.
Is that related to your love for Twisted Metal?
It absolutely was. Because I remember when I was in the movie theater, my then girlfriend, now wife, we were going to go see Wanted in theaters.
Where you bend the bullets?
Yep. We went to go see that with Angelina Jolie. Oh, well, we didn't go with her.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, it been a much crazier time. But I mean, anyway, we went to go see that the weekend it came out because we were on a date night and we're like, we're gonna go see this. And I remember seeing the preview for Death Race. And I could have put my entire life savings, which back in 2009 was probably about $8.06. I would have put my entire life savings down saying that was a Twisted Metal movie coming out. And it was not. It was, like I say, it was Death Race, but it was the closest thing I thought we were ever going to get to a Twisted Metal movie. And I was so pumped.
At one time, they talked about making a Twisted Metal movie.
Yes. And it died in production hell.
So this new show coming out should be right up your alley.
Yes, it should be. And I'm kind of curious to see if they go the way of 2 and if they go the way of Black. Because the way the endings with 2 are, there's not a whole lot of, like, you don't really see any of the characters. You can read their profile when you go to choose the car. You can read their stats and they have a little bit of a backstory, but you don't find out what happens to them until after the entire, after you beat the game with them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get like a 1 to 2 minute like clip.
Then you figure out their wish and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, some of the wishes go good. Most of them go bad, but I remember Axel's went really well for him. And his story basically is
his dad made him a car. Is that right?
Yeah, he made him into a car. And his wish was he wanted to confront his father. And
So does David Jaffe have daddy issues? That's what I want to know. Was he pouring his heart and soul into Axel?
I don't know, but he did pour his heart and soul into Sweet Tooth. And he said that Sweet Tooth was basically his baby. But when you go to, there's a weird like opposition when it comes to Black, because all the stories in Black are really, really super dark. So I'm interested when somebody says, hey, there's a Twisted Metal series coming out, I'm going to be like, which game is it based off of? Am I going to be like, oh, it's going to be high action and, every character's got some kind of whimsical backstory and stuff like that? Or is this going to be taking place mostly in an asylum?
I don't know that they're going to go super dark with it. I know absolutely nothing about it, but if I had to guess, I would say that they're not going super dark with it.
I mean, I don't know. And that's kind of what I was curious about. Because, I mean, it would be fun to, looking at the future of the Twisted Metal franchise, if you're going to make a show, you almost need another game. There's going to be calling for another game, right?
For sure.
And if you made, what would okay, I'm going to ask you, because I've been talking for the past like 20 minutes. What would be your ideal Twisted Metal game? Like, what is something you would want to see in a new Twisted Metal game?
I don't know that I can come up with some cool mechanic or gameplay thing. It's a fun concept. I would just say something updated. I would think if you would make the same type of game as they did in 2, or just that style of game updated into today's standards, it would be a great fucking game.
Now, it's funny you use the phrase today's standards, because I always had a dream of a new Twisted Metal game being like 2, but with more cities, more playable characters, and you make it battle royale style, which seems to be the soup of the day anymore for video games.
That's a really good idea, and I think you've mentioned that before.
It would be a great design. I mean, I don't know if because it could be one where you're not necessarily playing the game for the story mode, though, but the story mode is a huge part of Black. It wasn't as much of a part of 2. I feel the story mode was more for Black than it was for 2. It was also Twisted Metal 2. If I ever was able to get a tattoo, I would get L1 up, down, left on my arm. That's the minion code.
Okay.
That's the minion code for Twisted Metal 2.
I was just reminded of a tattoo. It's got Mario on his forearm.
Oh, no.
And he's got his fist up, and Mario's got his fist up, and Mario's hand transforms into your hand, right? And I've seen a picture. It's like every time you're jerking off, Mario's jerking off.
That's
funny.
It is funny, but it's like game received mostly 85 to 90%. IGN gave it a 7.3. Mostly 85 to 90% across the board. It was the first like real game I remember playing, and the first game I remember playing that had like a full orchestra too. Because I know I put in our music special that Holland was one of my honorable mentions. Antarctica could be up there too.
I don't remember much of the music, but I remember in 4 it had actual music.
Yes.
Dragula, Rob Zombie.
Yep.
That was one of the bigger songs on it.
Rob Zombie was also in. His character wasn't in 3, but he had music in 3. I don't remember what kind of music. I don't remember what music he had in 3 because we don't talk about 3. But he had a huge thumbprint right on 4.
Music wise?
Yes, music, and he had his own character.
Oh, okay.
You
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, Rob Zombie was his own character in 4.
It's been over 20 years since I played it.
Same. But yeah, bottom line, like I said, if you go back and play it today, the controls, you are correct, are a little wonky and it's a little worse for wear.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
But I mean, honestly though, I still think it's the pinnacle for car combat games.
That probably says more about its competition than what it does for the game.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Because if the best one is one that came out 25 years ago, 26 years ago.
Right.
Like, it's probably not great competition.
Well, because but that was like the golden age for it. Because you also had Vigilante 8 and you had Rogue Trip.
Never played either of those.
Okay. I played a little bit of Rogue Trip. It was different. It was different. It wasn't terrible, but it was just different. Didn't play a whole lot of Vigilante 8 though.
What'd that come out on?
They were both PS1 games.
Or were they?
Yeah. So I mean, that was like between 94 and 97 was like the golden age for card combat games. And then for some reason it just died as a genre.
Yeah, that's interesting. I still like your idea of the battle royale. I think that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, if you get every character from every game, and when you get into an arena or like a giant city or whatever at random, you get a random character and you gotta survive. You get dropped in a random spot, you get a random character, you gotta win.
I'd play that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somebody get on that.
Right. I wish it could. I still gave it an E+. I mean, I'm not letting my nostalgia, bump it up too much for me because I know I've been doing that lately with like Mega Man 2, but
on a scale of Weldy.
On the Weldy scale,
and
yes.
E+ is equivalent to a B+?
Yep, B+.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's one that when I crack it back out, I play a little bit, it makes me smile. It really does.
You know what makes me smile?
What's that?
The fact that we just completed another episode of the Retro Smash Gaming Podcast.
Yay! We did, didn't we?
Join us next week when Nicholas tells us... God, I wish I was quicker. He tells us something.
And you'll find out what that something is next week if you tune in. Bye, kids.